Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqbal Farhan bin Muhammad Izani. My metric number is 2019207794. I will present final examination writing entitled Level of Awareness about Zakat on Income among Parent of artist student. In total, this slide will include 5 chapters. There is introduction, literature review, methodology, result discussion, and finally conclusion. Manager must convert awareness into strategies and initiatives. Planning and executing all of God's commandments is what is meant to worship. Obedience and promoting the commandment of God in already existing tasks are the major responsibility of the servant and caliph of Allah. In order to live in safety, God tells men to worship Him alone and to recognize Prophet Muhammad and his messenger. The response base of Islamic management requires that one fulfill 3 roles. First, use appropriate method to accomplish individual and organization goals. Second, perform planning, organizing, leading, and controlling tasks with Islamic value and principle. And third, strive for perfection through ongoing improvement in accordance with Islam. Take a look to the research objective. They show 3 points of objective. Let's move to the research question. What is the concept of income zakat? This is important to assess the obligation to pay zakat through the Maqasid Syariah method. If you don't know about the concept, then there is no point in practicing it. Next is, what is the level of awareness about income zakat among parent of artist student? The level of awareness is important to assess how high the parent awareness of paying zakat is. With a high awareness, will be able to help the zakat management to distribute because the money paid can support the asnaf, but the opposite will happen if the awareness is low. Lastly, is what factor influence the awareness of paying income zakat among parent of artist student? Factors are important element that need to be seen more broadly. For example, if the factor is lack of religious knowledge and awareness will decrease. Therefore, factor also play a role in awareness. Significance, I also refer like the authority bodies such as the Lembaga Zakat Selangor under Selangor Islam Religious Council. For limitation, only focus on level of awareness about zakat on income among parent of artist student in UiTM Shah Alam, not other parent of another faculty. The research cover on the fixed element of zakat on income that is practiced in Malaysia, not other fixed element in other countries such as Indonesia and Brunei. Let's move to the next chapter, concept of zakat. The system of zakat exists to ensure the money will be fairly distributed in the Islamic economy and that it should not be concentrated in the hand of small group of greedy people. Next, zakat is the form of worship, which means when the Muslim were earning reach a prescribed amount that was called as nisab in excess of his need. Next, word of zakat is derived from Arabic word zakah, meaning cleanliness. The player of zakat from their greedy. Next, zakat also can alleviate social gap between the wealth and the needy, and the fund should distribute only. The connection between the institution of zakat and Maqasid Syariah to improve the level of awareness among parent of artists. Firstly, Malaysia is our country that have their own rule and law that govern the life of the Muslim community. Next, zakat is it to purify the wealth, and zakat can clean heart and soul greedy and obsession with wealth. Next, Muslim society were obligated to establish the institution to collect zakat from rich Muslim in the society and distribute it to the needy or the poor. Lastly, Maqasid Syariah is the part of the Islamic law that have their own goal to gain benefit by executing social welfare in Muslim society that was maintained of the objective of Maqasid Syariah. Next slide. Factor influencing awareness of paying zakat on income. First is faith and religions. Knowledge significantly influence the payment of income zakat. Next is attitude of obedience is very important in determining the obedience. If the attitude of obedience is not present in them, then the individual will not pay zakat. Next, attitude factor is an internal factor of the individual, and it has been proven to the one of the determined factor for compliance with paying zakat and compliance to pay it through zakat collection institution. Hypothesis 1. Knowledge about zakat and on income has a positive relationship with level of awareness among parent of artist student. Hypothesis 2. Factor influencing awareness of paying zakat on income has a positive relationship with level of awareness among parent of artist student. Move to chapter 3, design. For objective 1, I use document analysis. The goal of library research is to strengthen and clarify zakat on income. I use book, journal, article, and other sort of literature material relevant. Next, for objective 2 and 3, I use survey. Sampling. For objectives 2 and 3, questionnaire will conduct at a random on parent of artist student. Inclusion criteria give priority to the parent of artist student only. Exclusion criteria are include for persons who do not meet any of the admission criteria such as non-parent to artist student. Collection. Data collection is done in two ways, which is document analysis and survey. Using article, journals and internet material are used to collect data for objective 1. Using a survey form that has been distributed to parent of artist student is for collect the data for objectives 2 and 3. Analysis. This research will focus on descriptive analysis and reliability analysis, where the collect data will be interpreted numerically and expressed in numbers. Let's go to the next slide. Demography. Gender. Male have the highest respondent, which is 27 people, representing 54%. Job. Government job and self-employed share same highest respondent, 25 people, representing 50% for each job. Next, income. For income, they share the same percent for each type income, which is 18 people, representing 36 for 3,600 and 5,600. For age, 50 to 60 years have the highest respondent, which is for 40 people, representing 80%. Next and lastly, education. Secondary school have the highest respondent, which is 21 people, representing 42%. Reliability test. I apply Cronbach alpha test to measure instrument reliability coefficient in order to assess the dependability of the research instrument used in the study. The finding indicate that the study data are 0.791 approved for reliability and the respondent gave frequency answer relate to the information the researcher need. Since this instrument has a Cronbach alpha value of 0.791, it is trustworthy. Question 1. For knowledge item, I am aware that it is not required to have sufficient annual haul for acquired property mal mustafad. Very disagree have the high respondent, which is 25 people, representing 50%. This is because I conclude that respondent do not understand the Arabic word in the text mal al-mustafad. Question 9. For knowledge item, I am aware that it is obligatory for a Muslim to pay zakat from income that is eligible for zakat from the employment. Strongly agree have the highest respondent, which is 36 people, representing 72%. Zakat must be paid on income from Islamic employment, including any wage, salaries, allowance, and bonus. Therefore, it is obligatory for a Muslim to pay zakat from income that is eligible for zakat from the employment. Next, question 3 for factor item. The Zakat Collection Center provide information on zakat income. Strongly agree have the highest respondent, which is 39 people, representing 78%. This is because zakat collection is the main reference for public people to know about zakat. Next, question 1 for factor item. Lack of religious awareness about income zakat. Strongly agree have the highest respondent, which is 37 people, representing 74%. Religious knowledge is now very important for every Muslim. In general, Muslim in Malaysia do not know about the obligation of zakat on income. Now move to last chapter, conclusion. The first objective has been achieved because I found many previous studies that have been done by previous people. Then the concept of income, zakat can be highlighted well. The second objective was achieved because I received a positive response from the parent of artist student. Parent of artist student as a whole have a high awareness of the obligation to pay zakat on income. The third objective has been achieved. The main factor that play a role in influencing a parent awareness to pay zakat income is the Zakat Collection Center provide information on zakat income. Lastly is for recommendation. Improvement proposal regarding income zakat obligation need for a standard that can further standardize or at least overcome the gap between the practice of income zakat assessment in Malaysia. Next, fatwa are the local difference between state in Malaysia. as well as differences in understanding and viewpoint between a state mufti also have a significant impact. However, difference of opinion are not something new in Islam. Difference of opinion is a beauty in Islam and is also able to increase the thinking power of mankind to make reasonable decision. For the last, recommendation for future study. Research needs to focus on a broader scope and needs to help clear research. This is because important to indicate new direction for better research. Therefore, the research conduct needs to identify the purpose of the study more clearly so as not to contradict what is being studied. So that's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.